Hey everybody,
Sandy Mackey
Al Curtis.
with Bobby Axelrod.
Little Bobby Axelrod hanging out
Little
with us.
big Bobby
Little big
Axelrod.
yes, he is.
Fun fact for those of you who follow Penny the Pool Dog,
Bob's mother.
is, well, I was going to say, they should know that by now, right? But Bob is, how many weeks old today? Is 12 weeks?
11.
11 weeks. 11 weeks today. And I discovered the other day that Bob's paw is bigger than Penny the Pool Dog's paw. And he's 11 weeks old. So I do believe he has some of his daddy genes in him. And he will continue to be a
If he grows into these paws,
fluffy, amazing
it's gonna be
dog.
crazy cool.
He is super awesome and super
Well behaved,
mellow
well trained.
personality.
Mellow.
He is just great. So this is Bob.
So that's Bob. Bob's cool.
Yeah, Bob is great.
So what should we talk about today?
I was gonna ask what's on your mind, knowing that you just did some patio today on our boating backyard legendary escape. What is developing this project meaning for you? Kind of what are you thinking about as you do it, and what are some of the key insights that you're gleaning along the way?
So something that happened today which was really interesting. I thought it was just kind of an off-the-hand comment that I think Karen made. This homeowner originally had planned on doing a brick paper patio, which we're not interested in. It's not something we promote, it's not something we do. We agreed to build the pool, let them find someone else to put patio in. That's not normally what we do, but in this case we did. And partway through they started asking questions in terms of, well, what would you recommend, what would you use? And I explained, well, here's what we do. And they went to one of our projects and took a peek at it. They said, okay, let's have you do it.
Thank you, Paul and Erica, by the way, for being amazing, wonderful hosts.
They are.
I know
They always are.
every one of our customers would be. Paul and Erica
Just
happen to be
the ones we sent them
close
to,
by and easy to get to for them, so it worked out well.
So Karen asked me today, because what we did was, you know, we built the boat. The boat is done. We just have to put the final eco finish on the boat. But I wanted the next step to be get the patio area around the boat, the approach to the boat, done and out of the way so we could finish building the boat, move on. And we decided to stamp a dock so that when you're walking to that area, you actually step up onto a stamped wood platform that's like a dock. And then we also put pillars in that we're going to carve posts and do some rope and all of that to make it look just right. And Karen said, would we have done this if they had done pavers? I said, absolutely not. You know, the net result of us doing the patio is then we're going to bring all the juicy creativity to it. Because just to pour that section of patio that way is considerably more cost than pouring regular patio than anything, because of all the preparation and everything that had to go into it. And there's details that don't need to be talked about here. But it was one of those things where once I got the freedom to do what I wanted to do, let's go all the way. You know, let's not stop partway and go, oh, it's good enough, because that's what would have happened. We would have said, oh, that's good enough, and they could have gotten brick pavers, whatever, around it, and it wouldn't have been this cool kind of continual part of the feature coming off of the pool. So I thought that was kind of a neat thing. And the other thing that it's doing for me is getting me to think, and this was one of the topics that I wanted to have discussed today, is attracting clients that we haven't attracted yet, I will say. We've attracted awesome people, awesome clients. Could say no more about how awesome they are. But the next generation of client is who I've been thinking about, and it's based on our company meeting the other night and someone asking me, what does it look like in 5 years? So he was asking both about myself, where I am at in 5 years, and also where the company is, because his vested interest was, where's the company going to be in 5 years? And I tried to express that it'll be the same cool people, awesome culture, but the projects will be different, will be more, be something. And that was kind of one of the things that I wanted to talk about today and discuss with you.
Sorry, Bob and I are having a moment.
I guess you are.
Hi, Bob. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing.
Of what?
Hi, Bob.
What that future client could look like. And here was my thought with that. My hopes, if it's hopes or it's whatever, my call to the universe is the future set of clients in the near future not being budget driven, which, of course everyone has a certain number in their head and all of that. But if that never came up and someone said to me, and this would be the ideal situation, if someone said to me, I don't care what it costs, I want you to create. Maybe there's some discussion about what they like, what they don't like. The same old theming ideas. Where in the world they've been, what features of the places in the world do they really like, so that we can mimic some of that. But that's the next step that has to happen for us. Is we just go and create. This simple little boat project that we're doing. I mean, the pool is big, and it's still really simple compared to what it could be. And the number of people, we had a supplier deliver the pump equipment stuff there, and he was just shaking his head, and he took all kinds of pictures, and he whatever. And
I was wondering who delivered that today.
And the concrete guy showed up today, and same thing, is he came back and he wanted to see everything. It's just a concrete boat. I mean, really, it's not with the form of what you would expect to be in someone's backyard or to be made out of feet thick of concrete, but it's just concrete.
Nobody's seen it before, though.
No one's seen it before. But that's the lead-in. That's exactly it. That's the lead-in to what can be. Now, we go to Florida to a theme park where budgets are obviously almost unlimited. They bring in really huge commercial companies to do it. And we expect the Avatar exhibit that's being built now to be over the top. We expect the Harry Potter exhibit to be over the top. We expect all of those things to be like beyond what we could imagine. Somebody pays for those. Somebody has to think, what is this going to cost to create this environment? And what I don't think people realize is that they could do that. If there's something that they're passionate about, that they love, and pick 1,000 genres of Harry Potter, post-Pokemon. I've had all kinds of Pokemon Go discussions around what would Harry Potter Go look like, what would Lord of the Rings Go look like, what would Game of Thrones look like Go. Well, what could a backyard look like if someone, two things would have to happen. They would have to have the balls enough to just love it enough to do it and not be judged by the neighbors, number one, which I think, unfortunately, is still a huge part of the social fabric that we live in, is what are people going to say?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Is kind of the thought that I've been having with this is, who cares if it's something that you like or love and want to do? So number one, it takes someone who doesn't give a shit what people think. Hi, Bob. The second thing would be, obviously, the funding to do it. It costs additional money beyond any pool construction stuff.
Hi, Bob. You're being awkward now.
It requires money to produce.
But this does answer the question, would Bob ever just relax and mellow out?
Yeah, I'm thinking, Bob, you're not going to just lay there, are you, Bob?
If you're listening to this on iTunes, I apologize that you can't see the antics
Bob flip-flopping all over your lap.
Bob the puppy being super cute, but that's what's happening, and that's
he is super
and that's
cute.
who Bob is. And let's be a little more modest, Bob.
Close those legs up, boy. What are you showing that to the world for?
Oh boy, yeah, this is Bob. Bob is awesome.
Anyway, thinking about that.
And
so,
Bob makes me happy, so hopefully he makes you happy right now
Bob
too.
makes us all happy. I could put up with you, Bob, just for this.
Yeah, Bob, you're fun. Okay.
Especially when he's chasing his own tail. So there's, the two criteria is, number one, they have to not give a shit what other people think. And then they also have to be able to back it up with the funds to do it. And I think there's
well, there's one more thing that's really important as well. is some enthusiasm along the way as they see what's happening.
It's a great point.
That when somebody has a little bit of enthusiasm, it translates to the team a little bit.
Yeah.
When someone shows a lot of enthusiasm,
The team goes nuts.
then
to
the
wanna
team
help.
is crazy trying to outthink what the greatest expectation of the customer could possibly be to exceed it. So enthusiasm, lack of understanding is fine, but enthusiasm and bewilderment and excitement at what's happening,
Well, and I think
that speaks volumes.
That's been our favorite builds.
Yeah.
Is those people that have just been enthusiastic at every step going, ooh, wow, ooh.
Yeah.
Because the team goes right into this mode of, how can we get more of that?
Yeah.
You know, it's the whole Pavlov's dog thing. How can they get more attention? How can they get more approval?
Yeah.
Which means that they're going to do way more.
They're gonna be more awesome.
Way more
Yeah.
awesome.
And driven to be more awesome. They're driven to be awesome.
Already. By default.
But it goes
but
to a whole nother level.
It goes completely to another level.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the next evolution of customer. I have nothing but respect for all of the customers that we have that have been awesome. I couldn't ask for more in that respect. But I do think that the next level for us, to keep me, here's what it is. Here's what it boils down to. To keep me excited about pushing the boundary, I need bigger. Bigger not in terms of size of the pool. There was something shared recently on Facebook, and the Pool Master Show had done must have been one of their specials where they went around inside different pools and they showcased one of them, which was magnificent, and it had this 20-foot waterfall that kids were jumping off, and they could scuba dive, and there was a secret tunnel and all that, which was awesome. I love that. It doesn't even have to be to that scope in terms of 360,000 gallon pool. This could, for me, it could still be a 40 or 50,000 gallon pool, a very typical pool that allows me to then create beyond that. Where, you know, cases like that don't particularly interest me if I have to have a lot of people involved. Like that idea of a pool that's 140 feet long, 360,000 gallons with all these caves and everything. I would love that if I didn't have to engage with 100 different contractors to make that happen. You know, if I didn't have to have 3 different engineering firms and surveying firms and everything else to make that happen. That's where I lose interest, is it starts becoming commercial. If anyone's been on commercial work, to me, I'm miserable. Done some work at the Detroit Zoo and seen all of that, and the idea of layers of contractors on subcontractors on whatever absolutely takes away from me. If that's what a project would have to be, I'm not interested. But if it could be something that we can just live in, own it, feel it, and that's what we've done. We go out there every day and we're just feeling the next piece. And so that was one of the things that was on my mind in terms of what I wanted to talk about today.
So this would be a good podcast for some of our, they want to be our potential customers to watch, because when somebody gets us to a certain degree, but they don't get it all the way, and we can't get excited about presenting a design to the team because it doesn't challenge us in any way, then those are some of the projects that even if you've been on an appointment and even if the people are awesome, if it doesn't challenge our team members that are going to be on it, then we tend to say no to those. And people, customers may not really understand that we come at building pools from a much different perspective, because a lot of people assume that the perspective of a pool builder is, I just want to sell as many pools as I can so that I can get out there and I can make money, and so that I can do that. And the reason that we build pools is very much like Howard Rourke in The Fountainhead. It's to further
what
the
is
development of
the design of what is
team.
me, what is mine, and what keeps me excited.
Yeah, and the team, because
what I'm saying me, but we could take each of our team members and put them in that exact same place.
Yeah.
Not one of them wants to go and do something they've done 1,000 times, or 100 times, or 10 times. They want as much as I want it to be unique and different. They want it as well because it keeps them inspired.
Yeah.
You know, if you put a ticker in your brain of the things that you've done and accomplished in life, and one of the things you did was every day you did the same job, it would be hard to kick that clicker ticking. And each of the people that have really taken to this and on our team love the clicker ticking. I don't think a single one of them wants to just go and do another job because it's money.
Personalities like doing the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
To get to the level of creativity and artistry that our team has, every time has to be different. You would not ask an artist, a real creative, from the core of their being artist, to paint the same painting over and over and over,
Right.
which is why our variety in our projects has to be different every time.
Well, and that's where that 5-year idea was, is where that we're going with that. And I think it's very much in this direction that we're talking about. It's finding those customers, and we don't need a lot. That's it. It'd be one thing if we were trying to scale us big and get lots of people and lots of this and be big and big and big and need lots of people. That's not at all our interest.
Probably 3 to 5 a year tops
At most.
would be
Absolute most.
what we would want.
I think moving toward what we're doing, we're talking 1 or 2 a year.
Yeah.
And it's
Bob.
it's this place of just being able to push ourselves beyond everything we've done to a new place of trying things. And I was thinking today about the boat. Not the pool project, but about the Life of Pi boat that I got sitting in my yard. So I every day I go home and I look at that boat, and it's saying something to me, which is really kind of weird. I have this vision of what could be done with the Life of Pi boat. And one of my thoughts and visions would be to build a spa in it, and have the spa be in it, and then also have half of it be a spa, the other half being a seating area that's sunken into the ground. So here you have this historic boat. You have this boat that's there, and then you have a spa in part of it. And I was thinking, who would want that? Somebody out there would want that level of creativity versus, let's just put a spa in the yard. Let's just do a whatever. That's the type of customer that doesn't give a crap what other people are going to say or going to, feel about him by doing something that he just wants to do. There you get, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Okay,
Bob
but
obviously doesn't want me.
We gotta settle down, Bob. We're a little hyper.
So anyway, I've been thinking a lot about that boat going, there's all these opportunities to do really cool designs with them, but where's the customer that I can do it with?
People watching this podcast are just in for a treat. Bob is the treat.
Yes. Bob is the treat. Bob's back to barking. Bob,
Well-
give me that. Give me that. Let me have it.
Any final thoughts then? I guess Bob is saying that our time is up
Time
for
is up.
today.
Yeah.
So,
I think the final thought would be,
if you are one of those customers if you are one of those potential customers who wants,
if you're one of those people that live in a land of crazy / I just want to be uniquely me and have uniquely me things, we might be a company for you.
call us.
Yeah, and if you live in that place of, I don't give a shit what other people think of me, and I've accomplished this level of life where I can surround myself with things that I care about, that matter, that make me happy, that make me feel good, and I can do them, that's the kind of person. Yeah.
As an add-on to that, if you are a pool builder or if you want to become a pool builder and walk into a market of $1 to $5 million worth of pools you could build a year, we are also actively pursuing how to put that together, so keep that in mind.
It's a pretty good thing.
Yeah, in 5 years, I do believe that division will be completely running
No doubt.
and making the mini legendaries.
Yeah.
Because legendaries will continue to grow.
There's a huge need for the mini legendaries. So anyway,
Thanks for watching.
sorry for all the Bobby distractions, but he's just being a little pistol, and he's an awesome puppy. Awesome boy.
See you next time.
Next time.